Alright TM Nation, this is the Marshall Middleton Bluetooth speaker, and believe it or not, this was my first pickup from the company, although I've been looking at their speakers for several years. And right now is a great time to buy this speaker because it's on sale for $100 off, which makes it a more realistic purchase for someone like myself that cannot see spending $300 on a speaker of this size, even though it's one of the best that I've tried. I do have sound quality samples that I think will surprise you with just how loud this little guy gets and just how clean it is overall, but for the spec highlights, it will give you around 20 hours of use on a charge. It can be used as a portable power bank via the USB Type-C port in the back. It's IP67 water resistant, making it great for use at the pool or at the beach. It is compatible with the Marshall Bluetooth app that allows you to customize your listening experience with the speaker. It's packing 60 watts of power and it features stack mode that provides you with the ability to connect several of these speakers to one another wirelessly, which is always a dope feature to have. Design-wise, Marshall speakers in general provide that luxury vintage type feel that I do think looks good in most environments, and it does feel well made and sturdy in the hands, even though it's not the lightest speaker that I own at this size, coming in at about 4 pounds. I do appreciate that you have all of your controls to include treble and bass buttons right on the top of the speaker, so you don't have to go inside of the companion app to dial the sound in the way that you want it. The gold button on the speaker is also a nice touch, and it is a multi-direction slider that gives you access to your volume and track controls too. The speaker does come with a strap inside of the box that you can attach to it if you want to make it a little bit easier to transport, but in most cases I go ahead and leave it off because the speaker in general is simple enough for me to pick up and take with me on the go when I need to. With the Bluetooth 5.1 connectivity, I haven't experienced any noticeable latency using the speaker to watch YouTube videos or Amazon Prime movies on my iOS or Android devices, but it doesn't have a low latency mode or anything of that nature, so it's not the best choice for a hardcore mobile gamer. For the app experience, it's pretty bare bones, but it does give you the basics along with a few extras. Inside of it, you can see the charge left on the speaker, access the stack functionality to connect multiple speakers to one another wirelessly, learn more about Marshall's other products, update the firmware when applicable, and adjust the treble and bass settings as well. For the sound quality, the Middleton is for sure the loudest speaker that I have at this size, and like I said earlier, I do like the fact that you have your EQ adjustments right on the top of the speaker, so unlike a lot of other speakers, you don't have to go into the companion app to dial it in. Out of the box, it was more on the flat side, but still very clean. The separation was also good, as I could make out the different layers of sounds in what I was listening to surprisingly well, but it didn't provide that warmth and crispiness I was looking for, so I bumped up the treble and bass a few notches. Once I did this, the speaker really came to life and provided that lively sound that I was looking for that's more on the brighter side. The bass is definitely there with this speaker too, because I can hear the punch and rumble on the low end well with it, and that is not something that I can say about a lot of other speakers that I own at this size, because most of them are just plain too small and using too small of drivers to really give you that punch. I will say that there is some loss of the fidelity when you crank the speaker up past about 80% of the max volume, but in general it doesn't distort much even when you push it to the max volume. So in the sound quality department, this speaker performs really well in my opinion. All in all, fam, I'm really pleased with the Middleton, and at $199 right now on sale, I would definitely say that it's worth it in comparison to the JBL Pulse 5 that retails for $249 but doesn't get as loud or maintain as much of its clarity at max volume. The Pulse 5 does have the cool party lighting functions though, so if that's something that you're looking for, the Middleton is not gonna scratch that itch for you, because like you've seen throughout this video, it has more of a classy and vintage look that I think looks good and goes well in pretty much any environment. One thing that you don't get with the Middleton, or the Pulse 5 for that matter, is a built-in microphone, so you can't take or make voice calls from either. But besides that, considering all of the features and the sound quality performance that I get out of the Middleton, it's definitely my favorite speaker at this size at the moment. Before y'all get on out of here, y'all do your boy Tecmo a huge favor and like the video, as well as subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content. I drop at least one video per week. I hope to catch you in the next one.